Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel. Talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles, SUVs, the dogs, the life, the attitudes, Florida. Hey, I finally found my Ice Age TV stickers right at the last second before I left Florida. Good rainy Tuesday morning there. From what a dramatic change from where I was to where I is. Oh my gosh. Hey, once again, thanks for everybody who tunes in my channel. Really do appreciate all the support, all the funny comments. They are funny, I will tell you that. I get lots of little jabs here and there, or just whatever it may be, but I get a kick out of it, so thanks so much. For all those that are regulars, and for anybody that's new, thank you for giving me a chance to talk and share my views and ideas of what I think may interest you, or maybe it doesn't, but wow. Drive, yes, what a drive. It's such a long drive. It's at last. It's once you kind of hit Virginia, it's just like, And really, last night, it was very challenging. For me, even for me, I was just starting to question myself if I could really continue to drive back in. Because down there in North Carolina, we're getting more closer to the Virginia state line, the roads were just terrible on the marking. You could not see the roads, and the rain was coming down pretty heavy, where it's very challenging driving this truck and trailer and knowing where I'm going and being freaky, very freaky, just oh my gosh. And once again, I was just like, wow, does this maybe just time to pull it over and just get a hotel and drive in the daytime? Because I just don't like driving at nighttime, especially get older. It's just your vision. So, but here's the thing, truck did phenomenal. I can't get over how nice this F450 truck is, and I mentioned it through my videos last night on the routine of me gabbing away and sharing my fun and my addictions. And that's what I thought today could be the word of the day is routine. I don't think we've had the routine conversations, and I thought it's pretty appropriate, from the goodbye video to the leave video, leaving Florida, to I'm back to the routine. And it's hard to believe that I left over 3 weeks ago, and yeah, I've got a stack of mail like you can't believe, and I got projects like you can't believe, and so now it's back to the routine of what I left, in some ways close to a month ago, because I think we packed up and left, Friday morning or Saturday morning, I can't even remember. It's just, Jesus Christ, just too much information. But here's the thing, the Ford F450, I truly think this is the nicest Ford F450 I've owned to date. It just seems like such a well-matched, well put together truck. Famous last words as it falls apart. It's a Ford found on road dead, fix or repair daily. Isn't that the running joke? But no, just sincerely, this truck just handled this trailer like nothing. But I mean, it's not a real big heavy trailer, but till you tow, you'd be amazed at just a 7,000-8,000 pound trailer what it does to a half ton pickup truck. And people are already asking what I get on the fuel economy. And I mean, I hauled tail. This thing rocks. But I found out at 88 miles an hour, you can't go any faster. So somebody inquired this morning about what did I finally get on the fuel mileage. And let's look here and see what we got. Gotta go through a lot of stuff. Good Lord, look at all these things I'm having to go through to even get there. So what did we get on the final fuel economy? 8.6. So think about this, for all my bitching, crying the blues about that power boost that was in 5.8, this barely got 3 miles per gallon better than that gas truck did. But the big thing is, this has like a 44 gallon or 42 gallon fuel tank. So even if I'm getting 8 miles per gallon, I'm still going a good 250 plus miles. On a power boost, you have like a 20, I don't know. Did that thing have like a 30 gallon tank? I think it did, like a 30, I think a 32, but you're getting like 5 miles per gallon. You're only going like 125 miles, 100 miles, because of the concern of you not finding a gas station, if you know what I mean by that. So the truck did phenomenal. We were very blessed. No major accidents, no major real close calls. So we were just very, very fortunate, and the daughter was right behind me the whole time. You think about following somebody for basically, we left yesterday morning, I don't even know what time we left. I think we left by 8:30, 8:45. And then we didn't get in here. We literally got in here last night about 11:33, 11:35. So long day, but it's a huge difference when you can drive a vehicle that handles the load and takes care of you, which that's just so comforting, and it was just such a nice drive. But it's tiring too. But here I am, back to the routine, and here's all the cars and trucks, and here comes a good guy that works for me. That's going to come in and kind of distract the video for a minute, so I'm going to have to kind of take a pause and then restart the video. So I'll do that here in a second, and I just have a lot going on. I mean, too much going on. But here's the whole fleet of cars that now I haven't seen for over 3 weeks, and they're all still here. Wow, amazing. The guy came and got my big tractor, and there's the other F450, and look at the collection of cars. Even for me, walking over here, how crazy am I? And this is, but hey, I like it. Somebody mentioned you ought to see it's an Iceman tag is available, and I don't think it will be, but that's a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. Hey, here's the Camaro. Wow. Bought this thing, brought it home, and that's it. Never have driven it, and we got it like on a Tuesday. I think we left on a Friday. I just can't remember. Other people remember. But anyways, let me take care of my guy that works for me, and we'll go from there, and I'll start the video back up here in a second. So, okay, I'm back. There's just so much going on. So, oh my gosh, I'm just slammed between getting back to running the company, getting vehicles unloaded. The list goes on and on and on. Rear pups, and there's my neighbor walking his dog. To that, when I get back in town. So, if the video isn't that great, my apologies, but I'm just slammed. So, lots of stuff to talk about. But like I was saying about the routine, I'm back to the routine. Yeah, it is another routine. All the things you got to do to take care of the family, the business. Not crying the blues by any means, but wow, look at the Mustang, look at the Camaro. Oh man, so the birds have cropped all over the car. Guarantee that's probably etched into the paint. And the birds, yeah, the routine. The birds will be in my barn for the routine. So wow. On that, yeah, who's excited about that? Here's the dark horse. Where the hell is my supercharger? I'm starting now kind of get a little bummed. You're talking December, January, February. We are now 12 months. 12 months. We're now 12 weeks on that. Supposed to be built, but you know what? The good news is it didn't come in before I got back home, because at one point I thought it did come in, and I was thinking, how the hell is my wife going to pick that thing up, right? Yeah, so... And also, yeah, I'm just all over the place. Once again, if my YouTube channel this morning doesn't sound that great, it's just because you're talking to a guy that just drove all day yesterday and now is back trying to piece everything back together and trying to keep the channel going and active. And so, one thing you might want to, I believe it's 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. The big Dodge Charger reveal. So apparently it's already, pictures have been released of what's going on. So apparently it's a 4-door and a 2-door Charger. Definitely all electric Charger. No mention of the ICE. But people are speculating the Hurricane motor is going to be in the Charger setup. So anybody out there that has a TV capability, 11 o'clock, or media capability, I'm not real sure we're going to find it. But I'm sure between now and the end of the day, you're going to hear a lot more about the new Dodge Charger, of how it's going to be set up. We all know it's going to be electric, but will it be gas? The interesting is, if it's no gas, I surely believe that my Dodge Charger here and my Dodge Challenger will retain good value. If it's a gasoline engine setup, even if it's probably be the Hurricane twin turbo inline 6, then sure, I think this thing's always going to have respectable value. But does it change the dynamics of, oh, be so lucky to get the last run of the ICE vehicles? So it'll be very interesting to see what Dodge is going to do. I'll be very intrigued to hear about that. Here's the other Mustang. Look at all the cars and trucks and motorcycles, and the motorcycles are all in the trailer, and thank goodness they all arrived safely. That was that trailer handles the load, really does a great job. I'm not bouncing all over the road. And the list goes on and on and on. The Iceman's back. Where's my tag? I gotta look for my tag. If my tag is in the mail, I'm getting very concerned about oarsmen on how they know how to register a vehicle out of state. So if I don't have a new tag for this, I'm be like, okay, you guys got problems. And now, there's just so many things that was down in Florida. In hindsight, now I kind of wish I would have done. Now here's here is the Ford F450 two-doors. Now we have two F450s. We have the F250 Tremor, which I was looking at that. You know, for me, I was so much on the page just saying I'd have been smarter just to buy an F250 because it's so much more user-friendly per se. And there's the kid's Ram truck. Are all the vehicles even still here? And here's the Jeep. Here's the Bronco. What about the race truck? It's like the race truck. Even for me, the other day, I was thinking, wow, the Ford race truck. You know, it's been forgotten. And here, my big tractor's gone. Gentleman came by and picked that up like a week ago or so. And I'm supposed to get my new tractor once they give him the okay to come get it. Now, I'm probably going to sell this. Maybe I'm looking for a nice used John Deere 2025R with only like 80 hours on it with a backhoe. I'm thinking this thing's worth about 25 grand. Brand new, it's 35 grand. So I think I'm going to advertise this on Marketplace. Then I get a zero turn that I'm going to advertise as well. That now is like 20 grand. And can I get 12 for it? I don't know. So it's a whole other project for me to sell some stuff because I just have too many. I guess you never have too much of anything, right? Yeah, right, Iceman. You got way too much stuff in all these different vehicles. But here's what's really interesting is I've had one individual reach out and say, hey, where's your Ford Ranger Raptor? And you know what's incredible? I got a text yesterday, an email, that Ford has confirmed my order, and the next communication will be the build, actually build date and production date, whatever you want to call. So, wow. So my Ford Ranger Raptor, look at this. Crap, the birds have already just, me being gone weeks and weeks, I guarantee it's etched into paint. People are like, put the PP film on it. Yeah, with all the cars I have, yeah, that gets really expensive. You just start counting. And then if I ever sell them, yeah, who wins out in that deal? So anyways, the Ford Ranger Raptor truck. But here's the deal. I ordered two of them. So I don't know which one they're talking about. I don't know if they're talking about the iconic silver, talking about the iconic silver one, or the hot pepper red. So I don't even know. I'm going to have to log into my Ford account, I think, to figure it all out. I think I'll close my daughter's back hatch. She just lives vehicle, and my daughter has to go work down in the area where the breeder now lives, and she's going to get Kiefer dog today. So that'll be exciting to see Kiefer boy come back. I don't know if the other dogs would be excited about it because they get an attitude. And here's the thing. My wife does not believe that I'm allergic to dogs. I mean, I had a long discussion coming back home yesterday as I'm driving up the road with the wife. And I'm just saying, what are you going to do about the dog situation? My wife's like, you are not allergic to dogs. It's like, you've had dogs your whole life. It's like, you've had dogs your whole life. She's like, there's no way you're allergic. She's like, it's something else that's going on inside our house. Who knows? So the wife is adamant, like, you're not allergic to dogs. And I said, well, this is how my wife is. My wife's a conservative person. And so I said, well, maybe I get it checked. She's like, people out there are going to tell you have issues in your life that you just pay them money. Yeah, they'll find something wrong for you. I'm like, well, I think everybody knows that, right? I don't have to pay anybody for you to tell me that. Whole point is, this is going to be very interesting to see over the next few days. And my wife's so cool. She went out and bought all new bed sheets and laundered everything and cleaned the carpets. And she went out of her way when I was gone to try to get the room that I live in and sleep in to be more accommodating and hopefully remove possibly something that was in that room that was creating all of my cough. And for the record, I haven't been coughing and hacking this morning, but how long does it last? And I was like, maybe it's in the water. She's like, you've lived here for 30 plus years. So I don't know. It's been very interesting, but the wife is all on the page. Like, she doesn't believe that I'm allergic to dogs. She's being proactive on, nope, it's not the dogs. Now, true, the dogs need to be groomed better and cleaned better. That would help because they reek. So yeah, that's probably a problem, but who knows? Just kind of give you an update, and I'm back in town, back in home. Hey, Ginger, where'd my little girl go? Scotty boy is in the house still, and so you don't see everybody going crazy because Kiefer, look at that, look how calm everything is because Kiefer, the troublemaker, is not here. Look at the Camaro. Wow. I still can't believe I pulled that deal off. I just can't believe what I pulled off. I can't believe the deals. That, oh my gosh, now it's time to pay the piper. I mean, these stories, I'm not. Oh my gosh. I mean, I just yeah. So here's something I read about this morning, which is very intriguing, and the routines. Oh, so my wife got to go to work today? So she does. That's challenging. Hey, Ginger. I don't know where Ginger went. I don't know where my other dog went. This is what happens on my family. My daughter or wife let one of the dogs in, and I have no idea. I can't get over how warm it is in so many ways. This morning, I dressed so heavy, I was burning up. I had to actually dress down because it's not really that cold. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like it was when I left. So it's actually very mild in some ways. So now, get this. All these electric vehicles, all the technology. Well, here's a company called Recurrent. Recurrent, which I give it credit for naming it that, because it's a company that's a third-party participant in your electric vehicle. This is only for electric vehicles. Oh, there goes the wife. I sure hope she doesn't pull that car too far in the yard. It will get stuck. This yard gets so wet. Uh-oh, here we go. This is concerning. No, honey, don't do that. No. Oh my gosh, she's gonna get stuck. No. Here we go. No, honey. Oh my gosh. She's literally, this is the softest part of our yard, and I have been stuck. Yeah. Yep, go. Come on. Don't go that way. No. You'll be all right. Come on. She'll be all right. Back up. That's the softest part of the yard. Just back up a little bit. No. Don't go that way. Back up. You're all right. Just back up. Come on, you go. Go. You're good. Okay. Come on. You're good. Come on. All right, so wife never wants me seeing that video, so I won't share on that. I didn't know. See, it was just, I don't have enough damn room. Yeah. Thank God that car is all-wheel drive, because if it wasn't, it would be adventure for Iceman today. So anyways, Recurrent is a company that's a third-party app that gets into electric vehicles. And it's a great idea. I think the guy that developed that idea, started in 2015. They manage your battery health. So you know how you get a Carfax and you can look at the history of a car, of services done to it, when it was bought, when it was maintained. Well, this guy came with the idea of the same thing with electric cars, where the electric vehicles, once you buy an electric car, you need to know the health of that battery. And this company, Recurrent, has a third-party app that gets into the Ford, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, all the electric car manufacturers out there, Hyundai, and they're able to monitor the health of your battery. But what they do is that becomes information for them to resell down the road. If you want to buy an electric vehicle, you can look up the Recurrent app, and then you can find out the history of the real data of how that battery health is, on how far the car really goes on the range, where the car was getting its charging. Was the car more in California, more in New York State? Was it in a colder environment, a warmer environment? Was the fast charging used a lot, which actually created a shorter life of the battery? So the reason I'm talking about this Recurrent company, because there's third-party apps more than ever populating. They're now getting into our cars. And Ford just recently has shut them down. Ford does not want them having capability to get into software of these cars and manage on a third party. So Ford literally has locked people out of their own cars that have access to their car remotely without having a key or a phone, like the phone key or a remote start. Ford is forcing you to get rid of that app, and otherwise you don't have access to your car per se. They do not have an agreement with Recurrent, in their eyes, taking their technology and using it behind the scenes. And Recurrent's position is we don't do that, because they would have a business to make money off of selling the Carfax type of information off of your battery operated car. And it's a big growing trend, because people buy a used car, you need to know what the condition of that battery is. Just when you buy a brand new or buy a used vehicle, You want to know the condition of the engine, transmission. You want to see the services. So once again, it's a great idea. So a lot of other manufacturers aren't against the Recurrent actually, being in their cars, but Ford is. For the moment, Ford will not let Recurrent be a third-party app. But I thought to myself, wow, where everything's going with all these cars and all the computers. I talked about it all last week. I talked about the computer stuff for like 2 weeks down there in Florida, and I think it's interesting now here I'm reading a whole article of there you go. The third-party access is gaining traction into all these cars, and when do the manufacturers start to get more critical of what's going on? Are they selling data? They claim they're not. But here's just, once again, here's information. Somebody looking for a used car, electric vehicle. You now have a company that can give you an idea of how that battery was treated and how it was used, and it gives you the real raw data of how far the car will go. And that's what this guy that owns this Recurrent company is saying. Ford is intentionally shutting them down because they don't want you to know the reality of the real range of their electric vehicles. That's his claim. Ford's position is you're getting into proprietary information and we're not going to share that with you. So that's a very good thing to look into. And anybody's going to go out and buy an electric vehicle, if it has a Recurrent report, it would be pretty cool to hear somebody reach out and say, yeah, I know about that, or never knew about it, but now I know if I go buy an electric vehicle, I can look this up. And if the car I'm looking at has a history of data, there you go, to know what you're getting yourself into. Because for all you know, it's like that Ford Power Boost. What was the deal with that Ford Power Boost that was constantly having the challenge of the car would just be locked down? If you watch my channel and saw I first got down there, that Ford Power Boost was totally dead in the water. It was bricked. It was the biggest mystery. That happened a few times with that Power Boost. And it's so weird how I'd hook up a trailer to that truck, and it seems like it even made it worse. It just seems like that even created a problem. So I always had this little low battery, 12-volt battery signal. And even the dealer, Coons Baltimore Ford, my good friend Dave over there, that serviced that when I first got that problem late spring, he even kind of looked at me like, I don't know. I think we got it, but I don't think we got it. So for me, that was kind of another reason I was like, you know what? I love the Ford Power Boost, but with that truck there, what was going on with that damn technology? I talk about it all the time. I think so many people, come on, pups, come on. I think so many people are on the page. Oh, there you are, little baby. Hi. I think so many people are on the page in life that they just want this Chevy Camaro, keyed ignition, borderline, just nothing, minimal technology, and have to deal with all the crap, the software. Here's the Gold Rush. Here's the whole collection we get upstairs, and I really have to go to work. So I got so much going on. Come on, let's get in. Got to get the kid to go to work. Yeah, it's been a great 3 weeks, so it's back to the routine. Some people are like, well, you talked about the routine. Yeah, back to routine, but what's going on in our country with the routine? What is going on? I mean, more than ever, here's the office, which I haven't seen for over 3 weeks. Do I turn the heat on? I guess I do. So the routine, what you have to say to yourself, what is the routine? And if you're watching the latest Trump saga, it's all about Donald Trump. The masters of deception are accomplishing what they want because Trump is not going to be banned from the Electoral College capability in Colorado. Supreme Court yesterday ruled that states do not have the authority or right to control who can be picked as the next president. That's the third, I don't know, it's 14th Amendment, Section 3 or something, where years ago after the Civil War, the government rewrote the Constitution to allow basically, the Confederates that rose against the Union to still be able to be an elected official because of the war. They were in unique circumstances of not deliberately wanting to ruin the country, or did they? So that's the whole point that the Democratic Party is saying, is that Donald Trump created the insurrection January 6th, and he was trying to do harm to this government and to control the voting, blah, blah, blah. And so the Supreme Court came back and said the states don't have the right to control what political party what person can run for political party. That will come down to Congress looking at that Section 3, 14th Amendment to decide what person can run for presidency and what can't. Because what they're saying is then every state can start playing this game. I mean, I guess you could say in some states that don't like Joe Biden, they can remove him from the ballot because they think that he's done illegal business dealings with China, or Ukraine, or who knows. It's infinite. So that's why the Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to support this. So for Donald Trump, he's now on the ballot in Colorado. He'll be in the ballot in Maine. He'll be in the ballot in Michigan because the Supreme Court will just, send back the same decision that we're not going to support your state eliminating Donald Trump from the ballot. But what's interesting is yesterday Donald Trump was down there congratulating the Supreme Court for siding with him and his views and eyes. But he made a statement on how, he still has these convictions. He still has these criminal convictions. If Trump actually gets criminal convictions, what he said is if he was to be elected president, it would just be more of an honor just to be the president, but he wouldn't be able to accomplish anything because he'd have a criminal record. So it's going to be very, very interesting as this year progresses to see what plays out in these political parties and see what happens to Donald Trump, because if he has a conviction, can he still be elected? And the way Trump was talking yesterday, he was kind of basically saying, I could be elected president, but I wouldn't have the powers to be able to do much because of my criminal record, which I can believe that. So, wow. Is this just incredible? So what I would post it on X over and over again, I posted it so many times on X, and I'll read exactly what I posted because it was, I said, the masters of deception once again keep accomplishing the distractions. The real deal and very concerning, Dems legalizing voting for illegals at state levels. Trump's just a distraction as the Dems master the electoral college voting. I mean, is anybody figuring this stuff out? I mean, right now, the Democratic Party behind the scenes is in the plans on how they're going to keep Joe Biden in office, and they're getting everybody focused on Donald Trump as they're doing so many other devious things behind the scenes. So, yeah, does Trump get elected? So here's the thing, the routine. It's the routine. We're in the election year. It's now the routine. And I talked about this in 2020. I pissed a lot of people off that I said Trump probably won't get elected because I think that there's things going on behind the scenes that are being practiced that are probably in the end going to play out that you won't believe. But people were pissed off at me when I predicted that back in October really of 2020. And so here we are, the routine. What's going to be the routine this year? What is the routine? What is this government doing? What is the routine? I mean, sincerely, what is going on? So that's it. I mean, for me, I'm just too busy this morning. I'm going to kind of leave it at that. Once again, love how everybody reaches out to me and supports my channel. I truly am blessed to have such great subscribers and to have what I have and continue to work to keep what I have. That's a whole other story. And hey, the house is still here. Nobody bought it at the courthouse steps. If you know my channel and you watch that private conversation, you should look for that private conversation. Deep conversations with popcorn. Yes, my house was supposed to be on the courthouse steps on February 28th. Wonder how many showed up or disappointed it wasn't on the courthouse steps for foreclosure. That's a whole other story. I'm not lying to you. That is a whole, if you heard that story, I mean, you have no idea. Last fall, when I got just out of the blue, a text from a guy saying my house is going to foreclosure. And I was like, what are you talking about? So it's a little more disclosed, a little bit more information than probably most would share. But you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I mean, hey, everybody's going broke, right? I mean, just jump in the bandwagon. Watch all these YouTubers. Everybody's going to go broke. So just jump in. Just go broke. Have fun. It's a party. That's all these YouTuber guys are saying. So anyways, hey, go across the border, come back with a different look, and just don't give your identity and just become an illegal, move to New York, and you're going to get paid $20 grand a month, right? I mean, what a gig. In some ways, isn't that the better way to go? Tax-free, right? I mean, I don't know. Is that 20 grand actually take-home money they get? Or is 20 grand the gross and they tax it? I have no idea. Does anybody know these answers? What's the routine? I think the routine is the demise of this country like never ever seen that most people just don't want to talk about. And that's something that I noticed the other night when I was talking to this one couple at the pool. that were libertarian, and nobody here, I'm not calling anybody out, but the wife, her comment was, my YouTube channel just spreads the information. In her eyes, maybe the misinformation, and so it's like, well, what's the answer? She's like, you don't talk about it. I said, so for everything that's going on in our country right now, your position is that you shouldn't talk about what's going on. You should. She's like, right. You're just resonating the information, which just makes it worse. And I said, do you know what the Cultural Revolution is? And she says, no. All right, there, everybody. But her husband actually did know what that was. So great guy. If you watch my channel, I sincerely doubt they are. I would be blown away. Husband, cool guy. The wife, woo, that was challenging. But hey, no hate here on my channel. I'd love to hear different views and ideas. I mean, sincerely, what am I going to accomplish by me telling you this or that? I mean, do I get some big check because I persuade you to go vote for somebody that, I mean, is that what goes on? Is that how it works? All right, everybody, hey, have a great day. Once again, God bless. Stay safe and stay tuned for more adventures. And what's that going to be? We'll see.